Hi guys, how are you doing? Hello, I'm here with Gosia Gorna, who is our very first judge in the competition Necklace for a Story. Thank you so much, Gosia.
It's exciting!
Yeah?
Come on now, come on.
Thank you so much for everyone who sent their amazing stories. Like, they're really wonderful. Thank you so much. Did you enjoy them?
Well, I actually did, and I had a real difficulty choosing the right story for a winner, because every single one, when I was reading them, I felt the love, I felt the pain, I felt what those people went through, and yeah. I have to say it was amazing. So it's difficult to choose the winner, because I think everybody is a winner.
I like that, definitely. But the only thing is we only have one necklace as a prize, so we'll have to choose. But the good news, you're not alone. We have 7 judges in total, and everyone is going to cast one vote. So today, Gosia, you're going to cast one vote only.
Yes.
But that's the first vote, and we're going to have 6 more. So at least not the full responsibilities on your shoulders.
Exactly. What will you do if everybody chooses someone else?
Ooh. It's a good question. I don't know. Or we'll ask you to cast one vote from the public.
Oh, that's an exciting idea. So people can get engaged.
Yeah. All our 7 judges, they were at our birthday party. Perhaps you've seen the video from the party.
Oh, yes.
Yes, so all the judges told a story of their own on our party. It was a little bit different concept, different stories, because they were a bit more, not so real. Do you remember your story?
They were completely unreal.
Okay, let's be honest, yeah, they were made up.
We needed to make them up, and we had a very fun evening, because of course everybody was making the story up, and the stories which were even most catastrophic, funny, dramatic, scary. I actually started believing them, like, what happened next? What happened next? So it was so much fun, guys. You should be actually doing more of those parties. So yes.
Yeah, we will, definitely.
It was a different concept, but I think sharing stories with people is actually fantastic.
Brilliant. So let's have a quick look at your story.
Bracelet in my hand, and I held it and I asked, show me your past. This bracelet is about 400 years old.
Wow!
And it was originally worn and made for a beautiful but old princess. And she said to her husband, I'm a bit bored with you. Exactly. Can you do something exciting for me? And he said, but what would you like me to do? And she said, something surprising, something amazing. Something that would make me special. Her husband paid a lot of money to make this bracelet.
Wow. I'm sorry, Gosia.
Yes, we were talking about the story. It was this exact bracelet, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
That I was making up a story, but the story was actually coming through me. It was like I was channeling the story, and one of those pearls, this one, the gold one, had special powers, and the woman was sitting on the toilet and spinning the pearl, and she suddenly wanted a horse, like I would love to have a horse, and a horse appeared in the toilet, right?
Yeah, it was a big toilet, it was a posh toilet.
Yes,
she was a princess,
very
after all.
Exactly. And then she said, I want a new husband, right? I want to go here and there, and all those things started happening. And then I said, so I spun it, and I said, I want to win the contest for the best speech, and you will all vote for me. I spun it, but actually I didn't win it. So it stopped working, but the bracelet doesn't have superpowers anymore, but it's still beautiful. Just look at this.
And we discovered it's maybe not 400 years old, but it's from 1988, which is still quite old. It's proper vintage, and it comes as a pair with this beautiful Etruscan necklace. And beautiful. We discovered only recently it was designed by McFadden. And she is a very famous designer, American designer. She was voted the 12 top influential designers by Vogue.
Oh wow.
So, and she's
not surprised.
Yeah, she's really incredible.
And I stupidly released it.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to ask you, are you regretting your decision now?
Yeah, I'm regretting it because I have picked it on a day to have for me. But later on, you found this for me, yes?
Yeah. No,
and I said, this is a bit too heavy for me because I'm only small, I'm only short. So things which are small look better. So then you showed me this and I fell in love with this because it's nice, it's sweet, it's just right. It goes well with my suits, you know, cream suits and stuff and gold.
It's very elegant and suits you well as well, the motif of feathers and leaves. That's very nice. This necklace is really nice as well. It was made by Napier, a vintage company from States. They specialized in costume jewelry, and even Marilyn Monroe wore it on a cover magazine. So they were really famous at their times and still really nice jewelry. Gosia, would you like to tell us a bit more about yourself?
With pleasure. So I am a transformational coach. I'm an author of a book called The Expansion Game, which basically takes your biggest fears and turns them into your biggest successes. So we all have fears, like fear of not being good enough, fear of being found out as a fraud, fear of being judged, fear of being criticized. But the fear of not being good enough, it's so important. And actually jewelry makes you feel better, right?
Yes, it does.
You feel I'm not pretty enough, I'm not, it's often a ring, a nice ring, makes you feel good. So I help people to release their fear and actually stop playing small. Show up to, you know, in life. Do what you came here to do, shine brightly. And I particularly think that the fear is the one that stops us from sort of showing up in life in fullness, okay? So I also run retreats and I am creating a program which is all about this book, which takes every single fear and it basically dissolves it step by step.
Amazing.
And and I use my intuition a lot in my work.
Yes.
So I used intuition when I was picking up the winner.
That's what I was going to ask. Yes, I know you work a lot with intuition, but you're also a bit of an expert on the storytelling, you know.
Yes, indeed. I have many years ago joined a Toastmasters club, which if you actually would love to develop your ability to do public speaking or play with stories, it's an amazing club. I like actually telling stories.
We know, and that was probably one of the reasons why you were the first person to tell a story on our party, and it was such a good story.
Fantastic. Yes, I loved it.
Let's go back to stories. So tell me, what did you think? What were your first impressions when you read the stories we got from our customers?
Well, first of all, I was quite touched that people went into such detail, sharing what happened with those jewelries, with the necklaces and the rings, and they were so special. I actually felt quite privileged that I was let into their lives, and the moments of proposing, moments of sadness, stories of people stealing the jewelry and someone trying to replace them. Very special. I feel honored and touched that I was allowed to read them.
No, I know what you're saying. I understand that completely. I feel really deep gratitude that people took time to share their stories. I think I was actually quite surprised as well, because I thought there'll be only happy stories like engagements, birthdays, but there is so many other emotions.
Exactly, yes. People being hurt, disappointed, missing someone. So so thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Thank you very much. So, which do you think is a winner? Which story is a winner for you?
So this person, so this is the story of, she's called Jacqueline. And what I love about it, Jacqueline, if you are the person who is listening to it now, the reason why I've chosen this story is because I loved it, because you see there is a story of mother giving a daughter a beautiful ring for her 14th birthday, and she loses it. And so for how many years probably you must have felt a bit guilty, like something was missing, and mother was feeling a bit disappointed. So there we have something which is quite disappointing and something painful. And then so many years later, 15 years later, Jacqueline's mom does her master's degree.
Well done.
And by the way, well done, wonderful. And Jacqueline comes up with an idea of buying her a ring, special ring called Claudia ring. Claudia ring, yes. And so she's giving this to her mom as a way of saying thank you, I love you, I'm proud of you. But also what I picked up from the story is that it was a way of healing that pain of losing something so special. Okay, so it's like the story gets completed, gets healed, gets lifted, and there's only good memory there. Yes, I've lost my ring, but somehow a very similar ring enters the family again, and this time my mom should actually have this ring. I also like the kind of ring because they are with hearts, and as you Kasia know, I love things to do with hearts. There's lots of hearts around here in my house. I talk about the power of the heart in my coaching. I've created CD for people to listen to their heart, you know, and so heart is very meaningful for me. So it's the power of turning something sad into something beautiful, appreciating people, buying something to celebrate with them, you know, and the sign of heart, which is a reminder for all of us to remember that the most important thing in life is love.
Wow.
That's why I chose it, and congratulations. So Jacqueline, if you win it, send me a message and I will send you, on top of everything, I will send you my CD.
Wow.
About the heart. In fact, if you don't win, even more so, I will send it to you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Gosia. That's so generous and such a compelling explanation. Thank you so much for telling us what you saw in this story, and it is a beautiful story. So first point goes to Jacqueline. Well done. Thank you.
Bravo.